Sitting cross-legged under the weirwood, Jojen Reed regarded him solemnly. "It would be good if you left Winterfell, Bran." "It would?" "Yes, and sooner rather than later." "My brother has the green sight," said Mira. "He dreams things that haven't happened, but sometimes they do." "There is no sometimes, Mira." A look passed between them, him sad, her defiant. "Tell me what's going to happen," Bran said. "I will," said Jojen, "if you'll tell me about your dreams." The godswood grew quiet. Bran could hear leaves rustling and Hodor's distant splashing from the hot pools. He thought of the Golden Man and the three-eyed crow, remembered the crunch of bones between his jaws and the coppery taste of blood. "I don't have dreams. Maester Luwin gives me sleeping draughts." "Do they help?" "Sometimes." Mira said, "All of Winterfell knows you wake at night shouting and sweating, Bran. The women talk of it at the well, and the guards in their hall." "Tell us what frightens you so much," said Jojen. "I don't want to. Anyway, it's only dreams." "Maester Luwin says dreams might mean anything or nothing." "My brother dreams as other boys do, and those dreams might mean anything," Mira said. "But the green dreams are different." Jojen's eyes were the color of moss, and sometimes when he looked at you, he seemed to be seeing something else. Like now. "I dreamed of a winged wolf bound to earth with gray stone chains," he said. "It was a green dream, so I knew it was true. A crow was trying to peck through the chains, but the stone was too hard, and his beak could only chip at them." "Did the crow have 3 eyes?" Jojen nodded. Summer raised his head from Bran's lap and gazed at the mud man with his dark golden eyes. "When I was little, I almost died of gray water fever. That was when the crow came to me." "He came to me after I fell," Bran blurted. "I was asleep for a long time. He said I had to fly or die, and I woke up. Only I was broken, and I couldn't fly after all." "You can if you want to." Picking up her net, Mira shook out the last tangles and began arranging it in loose folds. "You are the winged wolf, Bran," said Jojen. "I wasn't sure when we first came, but now I am. The crow sent us here to break your chains." "Is the crow at Greywater?" "No. The crow is in the north." "At the wall?" Bran had always wanted to see the wall. His bastard brother Jon was there now, a man of the Night's Watch. "Beyond the wall." Mira Reed hung the net from her belt. "When Jojen told our Lord Father what he'd dreamed, he sent us to Winterfell." "How would I break the chains, Jojen?" Bran asked. "Open your eye." "They are open. Can't you see?" "2 are open." Jojen pointed. 1, 2. "I only have 2. You have 3. The crow gave you the 3rd, but you will not open it." He had a slow, soft way of speaking. "With 2 eyes you see my face. With 3 you could see my heart. With 2 you can see that oak tree there. With 3 you could see the acorn the oak grew from, and the stump that it will one day become. With 2 you see no farther than your walls. With 3 you would gaze south to the summer sea, and north beyond the wall." Summer got to his feet. "I don't need to see so far." Bran made a nervous smile. "I'm tired of talking about crows. Let's talk about wolves. Or lizard lions. Have you ever hunted one, Mira? We don't have them here." Mira plucked her frog spear out of the bushes. "They live in the water, in slow streams and deep swamps." Her brother interrupted. "Did you dream of a lizard lion?" "No," said Bran. I told you, I don't want— Did you dream of a wolf? He was making Bran angry. I don't have to tell you my dreams. I'm the prince. I'm the Stark in Winterfell. Was it summer? You be quiet. The night of the harvest feast, you dreamed you were summer in the Godswood, didn't you? Stop it, Bran shouted. Summer slid toward the weirwood, his white teeth bared. Jojen Reed took no mind. When I touched Summer, I felt you in him, just as you are in him now. You couldn't have. I was in bed. I was sleeping. You were in the Godswood, all in gray. It was only a bad dream. Jojen stood. I felt you. I felt you fall. Is that what scares you, the falling? The falling, Bran thought. And the Golden Man, the Queen's brother. He scares me too, but mostly the falling. He did not say it, though. How could he? He had not been able to tell Sir Roderick or Maester Luwin, and he could not tell the Reeds either. If he didn't talk about it, maybe he would forget. He had never wanted to remember. It might not even be a true remembering. Do you fall every night, Bran? Jojen asked quietly. A low rumbling growl rose from Summer's throat, and there was no play in it. He stalked forward, all teeth and hot eyes. Mira stepped between the wolf and her brother, spear in hand. Keep him back, Bran. Jojen is making him angry. Mira shook out her net. It's your anger, Bran, her brother said. Your fear. It isn't. I'm not a wolf. Yet he'd howled with them in the night, and tasted blood in his wolf dreams. Part of you is Summer, and part of Summer is you. You know that, Bran. Summer rushed forward, but Mira blocked him, jabbing with the three-pronged spear. The wolf twisted aside, circling, stalking. Mira turned to face him. Call him back, Bran. Summer, Bran shouted. To me, Summer. He slapped an open palm down on the meat of his thigh. His hand tingled, though his dead leg felt nothing. The direwolf lunged again, and again Mira's spear darted out. Summer dodged, circled back. The bushes rustled, and a lean black shape came padding from behind the weirwood, teeth bared. The scent was strong. His brother had smelled his rage. Bran felt hairs rise on the back of his neck. Mira stood beside her brother, with wolves to either side. Bran, call them off. I can't. Jojen, up the tree. There's no need. Today is not the day I die. Do it, she screamed, and her brother scrambled up the trunk of the weirwood, using the face for his handholds. The direwolves closed. Mira abandoned spear and net, jumped up, and grabbed the branch above her head. Shaggy's jaws snapped shut beneath her ankle as she swung up and over the limb. Summer sat back on his haunches and howled, while Shaggy Dog worried the net, shaking it in his teeth. Only then did Bran remember that they were not alone. He cupped his hands around his mouth. Hodor! Hodor! He was badly frightened and somehow ashamed. They won't hurt Hodor, he assured his treed friends. A few moments passed before they heard a tuneless humming. Hodor arrived half-dressed and mud-spattered from his visit to the hot pools, but Bran had never been so glad to see him. Hodor, help me! Chase off the wolves! Chase them off! Hodor went to it gleefully, waving his arms and stamping his huge feet, shouting, Hodor, Hodor, running first at one wolf and then the other. Shaggy Dog was the first to flee, slinking back into the foliage with a final snarl. When Summer had enough, he came back to Bran and lay down beside him. No sooner did Mira touch ground than she snatched up her spear and net again. Jojen never took his eyes off Summer. We will talk again, he promised Bran. It was the wolves, it wasn't me. He did not understand why they'd gotten so wild. Maybe Maester Luwin was right to lock them in the Godswood.